Do you ever feel like you need to prove something to the world? Maybe post that perfect photo, show off your latest achievement, or tell everyone about your new job? What if I told you that showing off might actually be holding you back? Curious? Stick around, because today we're uncovering what the ancient Stoics knew about why showing off is a trap. And trust me, it'll change the way you see success. Today, we're diving into a powerful lesson from Stoic philosophy that's more relevant than ever. Why you should avoid showing off. Spoiler alert, it's not just about looking humble. After all, showing off is never just about doing or having something. It's also not just bragging, but it brings a certain fact about them and puts it right in front of our eyes. The Stoics, people like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, weren't about suppressing joy or achievement. They were about focusing on what truly matters: inner peace, self-mastery, and living a life of purpose. Showing off? That's a distraction. Imagine you're climbing a ladder to your goals. Every time you stop to look around for applause, you're risking a fall. Showing off is like shouting, "Look at me," instead of focusing on getting to the top. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, wrote, "Don't waste time worrying about what others think of you." Why? Because their opinions are out of your control, and obsessing over them is a recipe for stress. Why do we show off? Is it to share joy, or is it to feel superior? Be honest with yourself. Most of the time it's about seeking validation. But here's the kicker. Validation from others is like junk food for your soul. It feels good for a moment, but leaves you empty. The Stoics would say, true fulfillment comes from within. Instead of seeking approval, focus on your character, your virtues, and your growth. Ask yourself, how can I be better today than I was yesterday? Think of life as planting seeds. When you're busy showing off, you're not tending to your garden. But when you focus on your own growth, your results will speak for themselves. No need to shout. I have a confession to make. I've never liked show-offs. This never includes my pre-Stoic times. I've always felt somehow reluctant towards people who flaunted their accomplishment, their possessions, their whatever. For many years I couldn't really comprehend that sentiment. I've simply had some kind of an intuition that such people were cut from of a different cloth than me. But what did that mean? Over time, I began to better understand the dynamic of showing off. It gradually dawned on me that what I disliked was not a personal trait, but rather the ontological movement that consists in showing off. After all, showing off is never just about doing or having something. It's also not just bragging, but it brings a certain fact about them and put it right in front of our eyes. What was theirs becomes something we need to deal with. Thus, our field of view is disturbed, and it is only harder for us to navigate our own path. This is exactly what makes showing off so annoying. Needless to say, realizing all this came at the time I turned to Stoicism in my life. Stoicism gave me the platform to understand it not as a random insight or epiphany, but as a part of an entire system of thinking about life. And yet, quite ironically, another thing also happened. From the moment I realized the Stoic underpinning of my view on the issue, I also got far more understanding for the non-Stoic approach. The better grip I have on the theory and practice of Stoicism, the more I accept that the emotional and meaning of life budget works differently for different people. For some it works stoically, for some it doesn't. Some people may get the ultimate fulfillment from Stoicism and/or other forms of spiritual development. Yet some find it in much more mundane matters like travel, sport, business, or simply enjoying their material wealth. It all depends on the bent of one's mind, on what one was socialized to do, and on one's life trajectory. If someone comes from poverty and their great accomplishment is that they have moved up in life, then it's quite natural for them to indulge and to show off a bit. For them, their material possessions, the money they have, etc., are not simply a matter of showing off, as a philosopher may be quick to judge, but it rather is who they are. It represents their life's work, and, as such, it constitutes a fair part of their meaning of life. So next time you're tempted to show off, pause. Ask yourself, am I doing this to share genuine value, or am I chasing a fleeting moment of attention? There's a quiet power in keeping your achievements to yourself. It's called confidence, the kind that doesn't need applause, because it's rooted in self-respect. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And hey, no need to show off about watching this video. Your actions will speak louder than words. See you next time. Until, stay stoic.